less people. I've been gone for a little bit, I know. I honestly have been feeling uninspired and haven't really felt like I have any ideas to film. Usually what I film is these types of videos where I will open up emotionally to you guys and try to give some sort of advice, but lately I've just been feeling like I don't want to just post videos feeling like I'm complaining. And I know like people have commented on my videos saying that the things I say help them, but I don't know, I just got stuck in this mental thought that like I'm just complaining every time I post and I don't want to bring down someone's mood, so I don't want to post at all. And I don't know whether that's true or not, but today I actually felt like I had advice to give for the first time in a while. So I'm back. My hair's a little bit more red, if you can tell. I tried to dye it with henna because I want to go back to my red hair. I miss my red hair and it kind of worked, but I didn't leave it on long enough. My hair's also very greasy today, but we're just gonna ignore that. How do I want to start this video? I've been having a really hard time with my circumstances. Well, okay, actually the last couple of weeks I've actually been in a better headspace and I feel like I've been shifting into better circumstances. However, there's this one storyline in my 3D reality that I can't do it anymore, and it's really pissing me off and it's really stressing me out, and it's been stressing me out for a couple years now, probably like I don't even know how many years. It's been years, but it's all like getting worse, if that makes sense. And yesterday was the full moon in Capricorn, and I didn't even realize, like I haven't been like really following it too much. Like I knew the full moon was coming up. I didn't realize it was yesterday specifically. And yesterday I had a breakdown regarding this issue in my life because the person involved in this issue, basically like it comes down to somebody in my life just being very like selfish to me all the time, and then I'm just expected to pick up the responsibilities, because if I don't, other things, and it will only hurt me and the other people involved, but this person it won't hurt. And so I'm kind of just forced to do that, and it sucks because it feels like they're constantly being walked over like a doormat, and I'm tired of being walked over all the time. But like I said, I don't feel like I have another option, so I feel trapped, I feel stuck, I feel out of control, and I feel like it's never gonna change. And last night I had a mental breakdown, and I was just crying, and I started feeling like I want to give up, like the negative thoughts were really bad, and I was just like, what's the point of all of this? Like I feel like I'm living my life on autopilot. I feel like I'm not even working towards anything. I feel like I'm just like, and then all these thoughts started flooding in about how I haven't been eating right, about how I haven't been posting on YouTube, about how I haven't been going to the gym, and just all these things that are going wrong or that I'm not doing. And I started just feeling so shitty. Like, what is the point of my existence if I can't even live the life that I want, and I'm constantly living according to someone else's schedule? And then I started thinking about my job and how I can't, and I just started being very negative, thinking all the negative things. But last night I went on a drive because I just needed to clear my head. I was like, I can't be in this house. I need to get away, and I need to like clear my mind so that I don't fucking do something, because I just felt so bad. So then I went on a little drive. I bawled my eyes out in my car. I asked God, I said like, I don't understand why this is happening, why this has been happening. And then I was like, wait, everything in my reality is a reflection of my internal, as well as everything in my reality is just a storyline, and the more that I reinforce that story, the more that it will exist. And so I was just thinking, okay, I need to change my mental story and the way that I'm viewing things and my outlook, because being negative, sitting here crying, saying nothing's ever gonna change, all it's doing is making me feel like shit. And guess what? I have two choices. I can get up tomorrow and wake up and go to work and be the best version of myself that I could possibly be in that moment, or I can end it all. And even though I wanted to, I was like, okay, we can figure this out. Harder things have happened to people in life. And I'm not saying that you should like always do that, like, oh, someone else has it harder. But sometimes it's just a nice reminder that like, okay, I've survived more than this. Other people have survived more. There's a way out. There's always a way out. And then I started thinking, okay, like, what are the good things that have been happening to me lately? Let's try to rewrite this story. And I started thinking, okay, I randomly got a check in the mail the other day from the government of $850. And I was like, that's the type of thing where it doesn't happen every day, but when it happens, you're like, holy shit, I am so lucky. And then I also checked a different bank account and I got another like $135 as a carbon rebate from the government. And I'm like, okay, these are good things. And so I just started spewing affirmations, and I started not only naming good things that are currently true, but I started naming things that haven't happened yet, but I know are coming. And I don't want to name them because it's kind of like my personal manifestations, but I just started saying like, okay, so I have a house with low rent and utilities included, and I also have won this contest, or I did it, and I just started naming this stuff and just fully being like, things can change at any point. And I just started thinking about how like in the past, when things were bad, all it takes is one thing. And if you believe that those things can't happen to you, they're never gonna happen. But if you start paying attention to the good things that do, more things will come. And so I just started being like, no, miracles happen every single day. I could win a contest tomorrow. I could get a random lump sum of money. I could meet somebody tomorrow that changes my life. I could get an opportunity handed to me. Somebody could just decide that they want to gift me something and it would change my life. Like, I was just naming all of these things that could happen. And it started making me feel better, and it started making me feel hopeful. And all you need sometimes is a little bit of hope to keep going. And another reason why I get into these mindsets, or how I get into these mindsets, is thinking about how like not only have these things happen to me, but if good things can happen to other people, they can happen to you too. You are not different than celebrities or anybody else. Like people that win the lottery, people that win thousands of dollars, people that entered a contest years ago and forgot about it, people that are randomly gifted something from a stranger, or they randomly get their dream job, or the circumstance just ends up being perfect, or someone gives them the exact amount they needed for this, or someone compliments them, or they meet their soulmate doing something and it's a crazy love story. Like, you are not immune to that. That is possible for you. It's possible for everybody. Life can be a movie. But if you keep retelling the story of the shitty circumstances, it's never going to change, and you're only going to see that circumstance, and you're only going to focus on the negative. And I know this stuff has been said over and over and over again by every manifestation coach you can fucking look at. But I'm just telling you guys what went through my mind last night and this morning. And last night I was like, okay, so I prayed to God. I was like, no, I'm done with that old story. This is the new story. I don't know how it's gonna happen, but I am like giving it up to God, and God is going to give me the best the best circumstance that I deserve. And I just kept saying things like that, like, no, like, God is taking care of it. Maybe right now to me it looks like a shitty situation, but that's because I can't see the full picture, because I'm not God. I can't see the full picture. I can't see the full plan, but it's always working out for me. And then I woke up today, and again, I had the whole situation just flood my mind of just all the things, and I started getting mad, and I started being like, oh my God, like, fuck this person, fuck my life. And then I woke up, I went on a walk, and then I was like, wait, that was the old story. Remember we said we're leaving that with yesterday? We're not doing this. We're rewriting the story. And so I just reinforced my brain, like, nope, new story. And just, that's what you have to do. Every time, like, you just have to make the decision that you're fucking done with the old story. And then every time that old story comes in, you have to remember the new one. And it is hard. It is hard not to get caught up in the old story when the emotions are attached to it. And the emotions come in and you start getting pissed off. You start getting angry. You start feeling like a victim, like life's unfair, like everything's just coming at you. But you have to be strong enough and aware enough to be like, nope, things can change right now. Things can change tomorrow. Things can change in an instant. I can make the decision. I can get the call to go to a new coffee shop I've never been to, meet somebody, get a job, have somebody ask me to do something for them, and then they pay me a crazy amount of money. Like, you never know. I hear of these stories from people all the time, and if it can happen to them, it can happen to me, and it can happen to you. Another thing that I told myself is I don't want to react anymore to the 3D. And yesterday when this shit was going down, I didn't react in a crazy way. I still responded to them, which I kind of regret doing that, because I just want to have no reaction anymore. I don't even want to have a reaction, even if the reaction is calm. I just want to ignore everything in the 3D that doesn't match what I want. And it's hard, and I haven't fully tried to do that 100% yet because I keep forgetting about it. But this is something I really want to start doing because I've heard about this technique, and apparently the universe sends you these things to see, like, are they going to react and go back into their lower vibration, or are they going to remember that they shifted it to a new timeline and that they no longer have to deal with this shit, and if they ignore it, it will go away. And so I need to test out this theory, and because other people said it works, I believe them, and I'm just going to continue doing that. If somebody says something, ignore. And sometimes, I mean, I'm trying to think, like, I can't always do that. Like, say I'm at work and somebody, like, there's an angry customer, I feel like I can't really ignore them, but you can still do your best to pretend like they're not saying the things that they're saying and just stay true to yourself. And yesterday I kept thinking of things that I wanted to do to get back, to get even. And then I kept reminding myself, that's not who you are. We don't want to be like this person. We don't want to be a child. We don't want to be vindictive. We want to be ourselves, and we want to be calm. We want to be peaceful. We want to just have a good time. And we don't want to let somebody make us act out of character, because all it's going to do is make us more upset. And anytime I've ever acted out of character, it's just made me more upset. It's made my heart fucking beat out of my chest and given me a ton of anxiety. So I'm no longer reacting to this bullshit. And part of that kind of scares me, because part of not reacting feels like not being able to stand up for myself, because it's like, okay, then do you just let somebody continue walking all over you and doing whatever the fuck they want, and you never put your foot down? But whenever I put my foot down, it never goes in the way that I want. Like, the person just doesn't listen to me. They're at the point of no return in terms of selfishness. And so I'm just gonna still be trying to figure out that part of this, of like how I'm going to ignore the 3D while also not being a doormat. And I don't know. I'll update you guys on that part, because that part I'm still kind of confused about, but the other stuff I feel pretty fucking sure of. And so if you guys are in the same position where you just feel like, holy fuck, like, can I catch a break? Can this person fuck off? Can this situation fuck off? Like, can anything just work? I want you to think about the things I said today and try your best to think of 3 things. Sorry, I had to burp. Try your best to think of 3 things that are actually going right. And I know it's hard, but once you start thinking of it, you're like, okay, you know what? You're right. Myself is right. I can continue sitting here thinking about these things, or I can acknowledge these things that are going good. And that doesn't mean that the bad things aren't happening. Like, that's not what we're saying. We're not saying that these bad things aren't happening. We're saying that we are no longer giving them energy, because fuck them. We're only focusing on the good, and the more that you focus on, the more that things will change. And I have this in my fucking bio on YouTube, but if you want my bio says change your, what does it even say? Change your perspective, change your life, I think. Or if you want your life to change, you need to change your perspective. Something like that. But that's kind of like a motto that I hold in my heart, especially when I'm going through hard times, is like, okay, if I can't physically change this right now, what can I change? I can change my perception and I can change my response in the way that I view it, the way that I react, all of that. And so keep that in mind and just follow that until things work out. And don't focus too much on things working out or not working out. Just keep aligning your mindset and let it all go. And I promise you things will work out. Anyways, you guys, that is all I have for you today. I hope that this gave you a little boost of inspiration and hope if you're going through a hard time. I was going through a really hard time last night, and I still am, but I'm not like I'm trying not to think about it and just like pushing myself into that good mindset, and I'm here to help you guys do the same. My name is Sydney. If you like my vibe, make sure you subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!